Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Legend of the River King 2. How many legends does this guy have? We've recently looked at fishing games on Game Boy Roulette, and also not that recently, come to think of it, and quite a ways back. Man, there are a surprising number of fishing games on the Game Boy, huh? And why not? I've said before that while dedicated fishing games aren't my thing, fishing minigames are fun, and due to the limited hardware, the games often couldn't have as much complexity. So what would be a fishing minigame on a big system could carry a full game on the Game Boy. And the variety of games and complexity we've seen says that it was a winning formula. At least I assume so. I don't think I've ever met someone who owned any of these games as a kid, but they had to be going somewhere, right? But this game comes with a bit of a personal story, albeit one that only dates back a few years. Legend of the River King 1 was one of the more complex reviews on Game Boy Roulette, due to the rather awkward issue that I couldn't actually catch fish. I played the game for twice as long as normal without a single bite, before doing research and guides, and realizing that through a combination of bad luck and misunderstanding, I was using entirely the wrong equipment for every single fish. This required an addendum where I proudly caught a trout and bragged about it on the internet. So I'm going into this one curious about a few things. How does this fishing RPG spin-off of the Harvest Moon series hold up now that it's moved to the Game Boy Color? And more importantly, have they addressed some of the confusion from the first game, allowing me to be able to catch fish without the need of a giant guide on my lap to do so? The box art is the kind of delightful thing you'd expect from a Harvest Moon spin-off. There's a cute snake, an adorable fish, this angry bug catcher in the back. It's just colorful, appealing, cartoonish, and most importantly, fun. Also, isn't this the guy from One Piece? Who wants to head back to the creek? We're reeling in Legend of the River King 2. This is a fishing game, right? This is looking Final Fantasy-ish. This is looking very Final Fantasy-ish. Oh, there we go. Meanwhile, over in the fishing game, what is happening? I kind of love it. How you doing there? Anyway, Legend of the River King 2. Heck yeah. I have a guide open in the other window, but I'm going to see how far I can get without using it. My name, of course, is... Good. Whoa, what's happening? Another earthquake. This is a big one. Oh, hey, I actually talked in this one. Yeah, there have been a lot of big earthquakes recently. Who's that? Who's this person who's been standing on our farm for the past 3 weeks? My precious heaven jewel was broken into 2 pieces and stolen by the mountain god and the sea god. Will fishing help? I have to fish to save the world? I'm so on board, it's not even funny. Good music in this game, by the way. Hi. Is his name Boatman? Good to know. Hi, I'd like to purchase 1 fishing rod, please. Oh, these are all too expensive. How about spinnerbait? Oh, I hit select and that made me... I see. Okay. Oh. Let's use a medium hook. Nope. A small hook. Oh, cool! I have 0 of 8 cool, just like in real life. Don't seem to be... There's a bug catching mechanic? My god, there's a lot in this one. Okay, let's at least see if we can catch a fish. You don't seem to be able to do anything after casting, so you can't, like, pull it around. Which I guess is fine. Come on. I see you right there. Oh, don't tell me it's happening again. Okay, again, they're not making it clear how you're supposed to fish successfully. Also, I can't walk through these flowers. Oh, but I can go down here. Oh, God, it's all happening over again. Why can't I catch fish in Legend of the River King? Alright, there we go. Oh. Did that not work? I hit A. My problem with the Legend of the River King games is that they're in-depth, but they're a little too in-depth. And not in the sense of the fishing mechanics, in the sense of they load down with so many mechanics. Like, looking at the guide, there is bug catching, there's monster hunting, there's shellfish wrangling. For the love of God, one of you take the bait, please. Okay, hang on. You know what? Let's switch over to the Game Boy Color version so we at least have something nice to look at while I look up, again, how to catch a fish in this fishing game. Oh, very colorful. Okay, let's try over here. Maybe there's more fish this way. Nope, I can't go this way. So looking at the guide, it's the same problem I had last time, where fish need very specific lures and baits and everything. but you really have no way of knowing without a ton of trial and error. And it's just wait for a long-lasting, high-pitched tone. That wasn't a high-pitched tone? Okay, that was a long tone, and it's still got a... Ugh. What? I'm fighting a snipe? I'm punching a bird. 5 experience. Okay. Let's stay out of there, then. Oh my god. Fish. Oh! Are you kidding me? I have been at this for 30 minutes. No fish will even bite. I have switched lures. I have switched bait. I have switched places. I've switched strategies. And nothing is working. I know I said that I want to catch a fish. I don't know if I want to anymore. I don't want to give the game the satisfaction. Come on. When I played the first game, I really wanted to like it. But after spending so much time not catching a fish, I said, oh, it was my fault. I should have gone into the game better understanding how to play. This one? No, I get it now. This isn't on me. This is on the game. No fishing game should be this difficult to catch fish. Especially one that seems to be trying to be more lighthearted and kid-friendly. Okay, I'm gently tapping. I'm gently tapping. Is this working? I give up. I wanted to like Legend of the River King. I wanted to like Legend of the River King too. But you know what? This game is bad. It's boring. It's overcomplicated. It is a massive achievement just to catch one fish. It is trying to do way too much. And in doing so, it's collapsed on itself. I could not catch a fish in this game, but this time there will be no addendum. This time, I know for a fact, this is a bad fishing game, and one that I have devoted entirely too much time to. So in summary, screw you, Legend of the River King 2. And, retroactively, screw Legend of the River King 1 as well. I'm having trouble finding the right words for this one, other than unbridled rage. I like little fishing games, I like the Game Boy, and I like RPGs, so please keep those in mind as I say that while this is not the worst game I've played on Game Boy Roulette, it may very well be the one I hated the most. Legend of the River King 1 was a game that I had complex feelings about due to my limited time playing it, but the biggest issue I had was how difficult it was to catch fish. So the fact that this game decided the best way to iterate on that formula was to make it even more difficult is just baffling to me. I looked it up and there are specific maps with specific fish and specific spots that all need specific combos of lures, baits, and rods, and very little of that information is presented in the game. It's a giant game of trial and error, bringing the gameplay to a crawl from the get-go. But what makes me hate this game even more is that the bad, boring gameplay is bogged down by 100 other game mechanics. Catching shellfish, catching bugs, fetch quests, combat, whatever the hell the cool menu was. These features could have worked if the fishing was quick and easy, but when you're already having to devote all your time to taking notes on what hook the black and white snapper uses and where it spawns, it gives the game a crushing weight and stops you dead in your tracks. And even all that would have been acceptable for a cozy game with low stakes. This one has an actual story about saving the world that I didn't even get one step into. And this is all stuff I had to consider while spending 30 minutes trying and failing to catch a single fish. Let me reiterate, I hate this game. In fact, I now retroactively hate Legend of the River King 1 because of this game. Taking an already shaky game and making it significantly more difficult while also adding too many mechanics was indeed not a winning formula. Thank goodness we have more fishing games to come. Got a couple, actually. Man, there really were a lot on the Game Boy. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.